Game called Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. This is just kind of fun for me. Your game will be automatically saved at certain points. Here we recommend you put aside an hour and a half to complete the game in a single sitting. Okay, I can do that. Turn up the sounds, turn off the lights. Alright, it's still daylight, but you know. All I remember All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh my head, where was I? It was so dark. There was something by my feet, a flashlight. Oh, is that his shirt or is that his mouth open like that? Oh, was that blood? That house. Where was I? Oh, shit. There was a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. He's dead too. Oh, there's a cat. Oh, what the? Where'd the kitty go? Oh, there's dripping water. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. Yeah, I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? Yes. Why not? Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo kind of looked like some kind of a blurry photo looked like a store of some kind. I said that backwards. Why did this look so familiar? Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my pants and shoes. Oh man, how to get out of there? I had to get out of there. I can't read. The next Floyd Mayweather over here. Alright, down. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did that hurt my leg? I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I know I should head downstairs to try and find a way out. I think that's it. Oh, what? A thin gray mouse is stuck in trap. Sure, why not? Let's help some animals here. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? This was an odd place to keep yard tools. What would they have been used for in here? Rubbed my eye. Hey, there's a picture. I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it'd been moved a lot. There seemed to be a switch behind it. It depressed, smoothing into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Something must have opened somewhere. Okay. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. I'll go this way. What the fuck was that? An old dining table covered in dirt and dishes for two people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. A black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and a wife, I guess. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Sure. Why not? Maybe this would help me find some answers. Why not, you know? Let's just steal some photos. I wonder, like, was there anything upstairs that would have opened, or... Because I'm not sure. It says something open somewhere, so... Was there something in this room? Because I don't think there was nothing in the room I came from, right? Stuff, prints everywhere. Okay. I feel like this game is going to be a lot of reading. So just keep going downstairs. Hey, I look like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn. There was mud caked all over my shoes. Damn. Need to clean up. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped up to a Shin? Yeah, I don't know. Charlie Sheen. I wondered if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops left there, considering how clean the rest of the bathroom was. You're right. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Like we couldn't move it? The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guessed it led to the kitchen. I'm kind of afraid the switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Yo, we're not going to talk about that loud thump noise that I just heard. Block the hair, there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Yes. I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. I hope I'm saying that right. There's a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? I guess yes. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. I wondered where the wife was. My leg was in terrible pain, or terrible shape, but I had to get out. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of the town, the industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murders in the town over the last few years. Wait, there were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. Did I take it? Yeah, you did. I tucked the small handgun into my pocket. Its weight was somehow reassuring. But yet characters in games can't hold more than just one or two items. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? There, the desk looked old and caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. There were scratched out and I don't know. We're gonna skip that. Eligible? No. No, that's not right. Notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. He, he, ra, ru. None of it made any sense to me. I don't know. I can't even like freaking read right. Oh, you can hold the light up. What? That's crazy. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. They looked like the clothes that woman was wearing in the photo I found. Was this the man's wife? Probably. Most likely. Some kind of homemade racks slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? Crudely made shells. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. Corrosive? Corrosive. I don't know. Corrosive? I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying that right. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. There's a cage. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Looks like blood. I ain't trying to mess with that though. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? Or here? There wasn't anyone there. Was I hearing things? Wait, what? I don't want to find. I don't want to find out. Just keep going. Broken ladder. Had to be careful. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was, so I took it. Yo, I heard some demonic sounds when I walked in this room. The rope I found would have let me climb down the ladder. The broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Sure, why not? I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. A bunch of old newspapers, wheat pasted together. Wheat pasted together. Uh, Pasted together. Message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out. Danger due to cave in. Hastily, I guess. Hastily. 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 I don't know, I can't. Apparently I can't read. I could still feel a faint impression of the rope I had slid down. I was pressed against a heavy metal door. It was pressed against a heavy metal door, I don't know. It was probably for the best that I hadn't jumped. The ache in my leg was bad enough as it was. If I could have, though, I would have run straight out of those awful tunnels. Who would keep such a place? At least I thought I had found though. At least I thought I had found, or at least I thought I had found that old handgun. It seemed to work, and from the smell of it, it had been used already. I kept the gun in my pocket. It seemed a familiar weight there. An exploded ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there, but it was so high up that must have been a sore landing. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within it. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Kitchen knife covered in drained blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Yes, I slipped a knife in my boot since I had the gun in my pocket. Did I really need all this? You never know. Yo, can we leave out this door? There's the rest. Down that. Maybe I can find a way to drain the putrid water. So I can't leave. Guess we're going to this door then. Alright. Thought I could turn this water valve to shut up. If it's flow, did you turn it? Yes. sure about that. It was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how they worked. Alright, so is this... Okay, so... Okay. So turned everything off. Wasn't there a ladder though? It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There was rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Yeah, sure. I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. You never know. Could be all types of secrets. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small key left floating in the I wonder if it opens this door up here. It was this way, right? Maybe not. Because I thought it would give me an option at least. Oh well. Within. I don't know. I don't know where that key goes. Security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Ooh. Oh. A sewer worker by the wounds all over his face and body. I figured he'd been stabbed. Okay. So I take it then maybe the knife was the thing that killed him. So I use a keyring to unlock the door. Okay. Holy crap! The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. It looked like the tape I found was the one that was missing from the shelf. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered. Yeah. The video showed me a man the stretched and somebody had tampered with it. It looked like there could have been two men. Couldn't stand to watch that video again. Ugh. I guess there's no reason. What's that? The safety professor had definitely seen better days. How old was this facility? Must have finally getting out of that strange facility. But I wondered, did that key I found on the sewer worker open anything else? Probably did, but I don't know. The climb was slow thanks to my sore leg and the extra weight I was carrying. Would I really need that gun or knife on my journey back, or had I taken them for some other purpose? The thought of the videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen, and what was in that locked room? Shook my head as I reached the top of the ladder and heaved at the latch above me. Suddenly the awful smell that sewer gave way to the dank scent of pine trees. Okay, so I guess we're outside now. Okay. Oh, there, leading up to the... Sure. Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Oh, what the fuck? In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Slipped the filter wallet into my back pocket. I noticed it didn't contain any kind of gun permit. In fact, it didn't contain any cards or ID of any kind. I thought I should recover my credit card and driver's license at least. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance of the sewer. Had I come there before, I guess. If I did, someone definitely could have seen me come through there before. Seen it on stream. I'm like watching the video back really quick, and it's like this. I'm gonna read how I want to read on this game. Just try just out of the. It fit in. Open the heavy rusted door. Oh wow. The wind was picking up. Strangely chilly. What's this? The old train station was quite quiet as a tomb. The only sound that was that the sound was that of the increasing wind uh, buffing buffeting the decrepit structure. Buffeting. I guess. Buffeting. Some of these words though. The ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter. Faded remains of old schedules. Among the papers were newer looking sheets covered in scribbles and uh, illegible reports. Illegible, I guess. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf. And he had notes on the water tower outside, too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? I don't know. The place looks run down. I'd be too afraid to go in here because of spiders. I guess I should check this way. Oh, an old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was train routes connected to the old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned a water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? I don't know. You tell me. The old train was ripped open, hanging from a shred of metal as well as the broken fence, and it was a dark stained patch of cloth. It looked synthetic, uh, like some kind of outerwear. Inside the train shell, I could see a few faint impacts like wounds. Could they have been bullet marks? Was somebody shot there? And the ground was well worn, though I couldn't really make anything out. I realized I was touching the gun I had found as I thought. Okay, then, this man straight up, like, called her out there, and I had to keep moving. So this man's, like, feeling kind of ways, I guess. Feeling certain ways, like touching, you know, the gun and stuff, like, while he's, like, looking at that type of stuff. I mean, I don't know if that raises questions or not, but I don't know. A little weird. Just a little weird. Where are we? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in those tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed to various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. I guess trampled into the dirt and grass with a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. I guess there was a fire pit. It was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. Two folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There was a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. The cheap dome tent it slept two people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, two backpacks, and a cooler. So where are they at? Whoa, wait a minute. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. A musty wooden plank popped up the stall door. Propped up, not popped up, I'm missing the R right there. Propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful to bother to take it. Sure, why not? I wasn't sure why, but I took the plank. I don't know. We take everything. I mean, why not? We'll just. I mean, you never know. Games. I guess we'll go through here. Wait. This first one scene. Okay. I guess that works. Have been strangely unsettling. I couldn't imagine why anyone would abandon their site in the middle of the night, especially in the dark forest. I was relieved, at least, to finally be out of there. Even now, as I peered through the dense trees, I could see the cracks of light and a bit of the land beyond. Must have been getting closer to the town, but where was I exactly? Who knows? I'm afraid something's gonna pop out eventually. Like, I don't know how this game really works. I don't know. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. What the hell? Uh, the plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. Yeah, if it wasn't, then fuck them. Oh, security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood and some kind of head wound. I wondered, was this his flashlight? Was his flashlight? This his? I don't know. Yeah, cracked. First my wallet, and now this. Did I retrieve my watch? The watch was useless, but I put it on my wrist anyway. Stuff missing. I don't know. Why was your stuff missing? Why is it like thrown everywhere? Like, what the fuck? Why is it every time I come into some place it makes loud sounds? I have been looking for something. Alright, box 5. Page where? Okay. Closed for repairs. Alright, let me go up here to this way and see where this leads before I go. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. or contained yellow clippings of newspapers, cartoons, and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Oh, so that was it. Power panel. Oh, okay. The open locker was stuffed with dirt and dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. Okay, so another one. That one went on for the after the. So I need a key card, I guess. Key card. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. Okay. Utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer. Took the hammer and noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. So somebody used it recently, maybe to board up the door. The locker was a complete mess, hidden. Oh, there's a key card. Alright, so now all the powers should be on, correct? Or there might be one more that's all the way over here. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in that room, that's why I had to get the hammer. I struck with the hammer. Wooden board came apart easily after I had removed the planks. Left the hammer on the floor. Why would you leave it on the floor? Why not just take it with you? This was my locker there in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. It looked like it had been torn up. I thought I'd taken that picture home when the factory closed. There was a mess of empty booze bottles. I wondered if that man in the house had something to do with this. He shared a lot of alcohol at his place. Okay. So, apparently, like, somebody was in my locker drinking, or is my character secretly a drunk? The door was right here, correct? The key card found seemed like it would pass through the reader. Yeah. Turn the handle. Ooh, that little didn't it? I like that. Oh. Sure, why not? Holy shit! Oh man, my leg hurt like... There was a crumpled... try to read the letter. Most of the letter was violently scratched out, but what looks to be a ballpoint pen. All I can make out was need to, just don't, drinking, me, Norman. Who was Norman writing this to? I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell and its memories. Stopped thinking, what about that room with the bottles in it? Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? Rooted? Who had rooted? Maybe, who had looted? Let's say that. Who had looted through the... Rooted? I don't know. Who looked through all these lockers? I couldn't tell... I couldn't tell where I was, but I looked around, as I figured I needed to get to a road, get my bearings. Maybe Norman could help. His store wasn't that far from the turnoff to the factory, if I remember correctly. Alright, we're just going to read it the way I want to read it now. I'm tired of this game's BSery. getting me confused. Like, is that my mouth with a beard open like that? Like, is his face just weirdly shaped, or I don't know. Or maybe that's his shirt. But his shirt's like I don't know. He looks weird. The garbage bin was disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. I took it back, cleaned the car off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Oh crap. At either Norman's place, this was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. From the inside of the... Oh, there's blood on the keyhole. That don't sound good. Oh, there's blood. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go there yet. What's over here? I don't know. Every time we go somewhere with blood, there's somebody's dead, so what the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing here? Aw, shit. Was she cheating on me? Small but impressive collection of honey around and a few items I didn't think were legal here. The gun would fit there. No, I'm not gonna put it. I ain't gonna get rid of it. I might need it. I don't know. I don't want to like accidentally give up something I might need, but apparently, like, I don't know if he like is stalking like this dude's wife or my wife, whatever. But it's like fucked up. Like, I don't know. Just turn the damn TV off. Oh, yep. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker, and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face covered in blood. Face and shirt was covered in blood. It looked like he'd been shot trying to get up. His eyes were wide with shock, though they were already dying or drying. They were already drying. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you give? Would she give you her coat or whatever? Or you have her coat, whatever? Sure. Uh. Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know. Give him peace? Like, what? I mean, in the idea sense of, like... Yeah, I think whoever my wife was, uh... Oh, a hairpin. What the fuck? Why? Why did you get a hairpin? Oh, maybe I can go lockpick the door. Ho ho ho. I don't know. But, man. Like, what if his wife is cheating on him? That would be the wild thing about this game. Like, his wife cheated on him. Yeah, he used a hairpin to unlock the door. Small, but it was clean. Postcard, snacks, magazine, and canned food. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. Oh, mostly empty. A fat stack of travel mags sat beside it. I mean, let's talk about how your wife came here. That be employed. Most of its contents were half melted. There was various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked like to be in much better shape then. I guess back then. What had I seen? Norman was dead, but I had no idea why. I didn't know how he could be involved in all of this, but thought of him lying on the floor there was sickening. The only comfort I had was the gun I still carried, but was it comfort or a curse? The rain was coming down hard, but at least I was close to home. It wouldn't be long before I got my answers. was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Okay. Home? Okay. Home? Oh, home. Home? The name for the local post box. Sure. Tore address, but then addressed to normal. Carefully, I tore it open and looked at the letter inside, and it read, "Stay away, she's mine." That was it. No signature, no other information. Oh, shit. Oh, I feel like there was blood there. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, forebody, forbidding, forebody. I don't know. Sense of bad, a terrible sense, and it chilled me through my clothes. There you go. I was expectant, but also afraid. Expectant. Held my breath as I approached my back door. I was terrified to step inside. Me too. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remember having breakfast here on this very table. Was this yesterday or sometime before? Who knows? I mean, who really knows? The door to the basement, it was locked. Where did I put that damned key? Small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill. Did I open it? I ripped the bill open and it read, to my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? Though I need to see if Rachel was, I guess, home. Or okay. Damn. I'm just waiting for that cat to appear. I found the last missing piece from my wallet. I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It made me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Placed a photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why hadn't I thrown it away? What the fuck? Why would you throw it away? It's your wife. Our television, I had purchased it before. I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward. But by then, it was too late. Hey, you deserve something if you work a hard job, you know? You deserve nice things. Oh, broken mirror. Our hallway mirrors had been smashed into pieces, scattered around the floor. There you go. Darn. Key on top of the drawer. Did I take it? I've been running for a while. What kind of laptop do you have that lasts for like days and days of mail? Like, what? Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the tabs always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. Claw-footed? What the fuck? The books. Half of Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. There was a suitcase on the bed. It was Rachel's. I remembered it from that trip we took west. Did I open the suitcase? Wasn't sure what to make of the suitcase. Contents inside were a few days worth of clothes, some toiletries, and a train ticket. Where was she planning to go? This wasn't getting me anywhere. I don't know, but she apparently was leaving. Why would you get a train ticket if you wasn't gonna leave? I take it she left. Like, I feel like she's gone. Like, decorations in the box. The garbage bag were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key. Did I take it? Couldn't remember what it unlocked. Clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. Uh, found some heavy in there. So I gotta go find something. I guess that's what the other room is for. The grimy key I found in the basement unlocked the door. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? Crowbar. Sure. I appreciate its weight. Holy shit. Somebody fucked this room up. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall, smashed a hole large enough to step through. The broken wall. My breath caught in my throat. That was it. This was it? Was Rachel down there? Is she okay? Don't look. Yo, there's maps. Same map, same draw. A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. Stench of them stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far after all this searching, after all I'd seen. I looked within the rags. Did I finally find my Rachel? Wrapped within the filthy rags pile was Rachel. In fading bruises and what looked like cuts. Her chest was a horrible mess of blood and dirt. Embarrassed to look at it. The knife in my boot, the gun in my pocket, were they the tools of her murder? I thought about all I've seen and wondered if any of it could help me figure out who had done this. And then, no longer, I stepped away on shaky legs and made my way back upstairs. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. Where am I? Wow, this dude's looking to leave. Maybe he's sleepwalking again. That forest, the water tower. Yes, I've been. But what does that mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. Did you kill him? This was the old photo of the other man. Kind of. What? I want to say yes. Holy shit! What? Holy shit! I don't think so. I think it was. I got yelled for. So let me. Give me 1 second. Alright. Had an issue really quick. Uh, do 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 do. So let's go to the kitchen. At least not for us. Was the letter I'd taken from the post box. Must have been someone from the neighborhood, or at least somebody who wanted it to look that way. I wasn't sure what to think. No, no way. It was you, dude. Buying this TV. I don't know, dude. Maybe it's up here somewhere? Mine. I guess it was this room? Pulled the small safe in, peeked inside. There was a photo in there of Rachel and I when we first moved to town. Front of the house, which looked like a real mess. We looked happy though. Odd, I couldn't remember who took that photo. Inside the safe was an envelope. The front of it read, "Do not open until I tell you." This was a good time as any. I tore the envelope. Tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper. Inside on it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter reads, "I know this whole event was probably been, or has probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me too. Well, maybe you can. This isn't meant to be an excuse, but well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I've done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream. Quiet place to get established, to live out our lives, to be together. But you know as well as I do, things change. Things quickly change. Your drinking was one, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into the world of yours, uh, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all, but it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm just sorry it had to happen this way, Rachel. I was ready to go back. At least take a look. If I was guilty, I could take this to one. So I guess I can And I guess that is it. I guess that was the nail in the coffin right there. I mean, from what I thought he killed everybody. So, yeah. Um, eh, there you go. That's the end. Hopefully, if you enjoyed, definitely tell me. Uh, and I'll definitely try to play some more games like this if you enjoyed it. But that's all for now. Bye bye.